Welcome back. Session 6. We are talking about measures and mentors. So let's dig into measures and mentors. So I think it's really important in business, in career, that you just have a reality check, a business review, a regrouping. Where am I? Am I really showing up authentically? Am I really doing the right things? Sometimes we can really get ourselves into busy activity. There's things that you really need to do, and then you do 10 other things before you do that thing that you have to do. So I think it's really important to stop sometimes, especially when you are building a business. It needs to be profitable. That's the point of business, as well as helping people. You want to have profit. And so am I really doing the things that are bringing in the profit? And then often there's time we can be busying ourselves with things that we could actually outsource and have someone else do, or schedule our time so that we're doing that at a certain time. But actually, when is the time of the day that you have the most energy, that you have the most inspiration? If you're in a creative industry and you're a morning person or a night person, you really need to be intentional with your time so that you're using your time to create and to do the thing where your genius lies. It's really, really important, because that is really what is making the business. So think about, where am I? What have I learnt? What have I applied as well? So in terms of business, just taking an overall look on how things are going, being real with yourself, being real with the numbers, and the numbers don't lie. And that's also, my business mentor would always tell me, Camille, the business talks to you through the numbers, through the stats of how everything's looking. It's talking to you, but you have to listen, and listening is taking time to look at the numbers. But in order to even have the numbers, you need to be tracking the numbers. So here's where we talk about things like KPIs, or key performance indicators. So what are the numbers that talk to me? What are the numbers that I need to be looking at on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? Not just your invoices and receipts and your spend, but actually the income. Where's the income? How's the income looking? But also, where's the income coming from? Is it coming through marketing? Is it coming through word of mouth? What specific avenues is the most revenue coming from? And this is where I like to talk about being like a scientist in a lab of your business, really studying what is it that I'm doing that's causing people to come back to me, from, because they're previous customers or new customers or referrals, or where are they hearing about me from? And really begin to break that down and dissect that, so that you can do more of the right thing, more of the thing that's working. If there's a certain avenue that really good clients are coming from, that's a really good place to begin to hone in on, and not just overlook or take for granted. So what are some of the key performance indicators? And what I like to think about is your input into the business. Your input is the things that you do, and it's the things that you can control. So for me, when I was doing my clergy business, my input was sending out that email on a Monday, because I know that all my preaching clients, they've preached on Saturday, they've preached on Sunday, maybe even Friday, but Monday is typically their rest day. So I'm being intentional to be in their inbox, to be talking to them, to be pouring back into them. So what is your input? What is it that you put in? I know that when I send that email on a Monday, I get lots of feedback. I get lots of sales would come off the back of it. I know that every other week when I would go live and I would do a live video, again, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I know that when, again, it's input. Again, I know that when I do our Ministry Monday monthly meetups, that would have a lot of input from me, but also lots of output. So your input, the input is what you do. The input is what you can control, but the output is out of your control. So again, I can send the emails, I can do the lives, I can do all of this, social media marketing, posting, all of this stuff. That's all the things that I'm pouring into the business. I can do new designs, I can do photo shoots, I can do catalogs, I can do mail outs. I'm putting in these are all my inputs. This is my measurable inputs. I can say I sent out 200 catalogs today. I can say I posted on social media 10 times this week. I can say I sent out an email and a follow-up email. I can say I went live 3 times. I can put in all the input. That's my effort. I can control my input. What I can't control is the output. I can't control how people respond, when people buy. I could have posted on social media 10 times and this week I only got to post 2 times and I get loads of sales from one of those. I can't control the output. All I control is the input. So it's really important to have measured input and measured output. They don't always correlate, but just the more that you pour in, the more consistency you pour in, blessings and favor and sales and volume and different things come from all different places. But it's that constant pour. You're constantly pouring in. And then you measure that. So every week I would sit down with myself or have a business meeting with the Lord, and I'd sit down and I would be looking at the numbers. Okay, this is how many times I posted. This is my input, and I would measure my input. I'd put numbers beside my input so I could see it. Then I'd put the output. What were the sales? What was the engagement level? What was the opens on the emails? Things that I can measure. And each week I keep measuring and measuring and measuring, and I can see my input going up and the output going up. Sometimes the input's up and the output's down. Can't control it. Sometimes the input's down because I'm going through something, but the output is high. Can't control it, but I can measure it. And sometimes I can see patterns, and then it's giving me, the business is speaking to me and it's telling me, Camille, pour more into your emails. The emails are doing really well. The emails are actually resonating on a deeper level now because of your authenticity that people are feeling. So put more into that. Camille, put more into your, not just the post, but actually the lives are going really well. Actually, you're getting a lot of input and feedback for it. So again, just speak to the business by pouring in, and listen to it by listening to the output. There is power in being a mentor and having a mentor and a coach. There's something about it. It just creates a flow. So there's something that you do really well that people really like, love and appreciate. And you do this thing really, really well. And there are people who aren't as far as you in that particular space, whatever it is. It could be in parenting, it could be an element of your business, whatever it is. But who are you pouring into? Who needs to hear your encouraging words because you're further along the road than they are? You have to think about pouring into people in certain ways, but also you have to think about who's pouring into you, who's further down the road from you. Who is it that you can learn from and glean from? What mentors and coaches? There are a lot of mentors and coaches that I've had in my business journey, and they didn't know they were my mentor. They didn't even know me because I read all their books. I followed them on social media. I learned and gleaned from them from afar. I was on their training courses. I was learning from them. They didn't know me personally, but there's certain parts of my business journey that I wouldn't have done without their input. There are other mentors and coaches that I had that were close by. One that I've had for years and years and years in business up to this day is my fashion business mentor. So I would meet with him once a month, twice a month when things were going through a tough spell. And again, he would pour into me. He's way further down the road. He's probably going to be 90 this year. But he's been in the fashion industry for years. When Wallace started, when Next was starting, he helped Karen Millen when she was a young designer coming up. And he was my mentor. He was my coach. He was the one that knew so much about the industry. Any problem I had, he had a solution, or he could talk me through it to the point where we came up with a solution. So who is it that's pouring into you on a regular basis? Spiritually, having mentors in different areas of your life, it's so important, because these mentors and these coaches, they push you, they pull the best out of you, they challenge you, and it's so key to have mentors and to be a mentor, to have a coach and to be a coach, so that there's a flow in your life. So again, the journaling prompts: what can I measure when it comes to my business? What can I measure? Whether it's marketing, social media, whether it's calls that you're making, sales that's coming in, emails, engagement. What is it that you can actually measure in your business? Definitely take some time to think about things that you can measure. Also, how often am I measuring? So is this something that I'm going to sit down and have a specific time every single week, and I'm going to make a note of all the things that I've done, the input. Is it monthly? Is it every other week? But something that you can hold yourself accountable to. I had a spreadsheet that I worked on, and I would print them out. Don't print them out anymore, but I used to print them out, and I'd have pages and pages where each week I'm going through all my numbers. I'm looking over there, I'm looking on LinkedIn, I'm looking on Facebook, I'm looking in my email feedback, and I'm writing all these numbers down. I'm gathering all the information for my KPIs. What are the results that you're getting? And then also think about, who are you pouring into, as we talked about with mentors and coaches, and who also is pouring into me. And also for the homework, write out a prayer for your business. Whatever that is to you, wherever it is you are right now, whatever's going on in your business, whatever it is that you're dreaming of, as we talked in the last session, and hoping for, write out a prayer when it comes to your business. The next thing that you want to do for your homework is list out some prayer requests. What is it that you are asking the Lord for when it comes to your business? Whether it's the impact that you want to make, whether it's the people that you desperately need to connect with, whether it's the income goals that you have, whatever it is, write out some prayer requests that you're asking for the Lord. It's really powerful. Again, just the power of writing the vision, writing out those requests. He said, ask and it shall be given. Seek and you'll find. Knock and the door will be open. So this is us asking of the Lord. He says, inquire of me, reason with me. He wants us. Approach my throne boldly. And when it comes to business, he's interested. God is interested in our business. He's concerned about what concerns us. He's touched with the feelings of our infirmities and where we're having challenges and struggles. So list out your prayer requests specifically when it comes to your business. And also the final thing is write out some daily declarations. Things that you are believing God for. Things that you want to see and you're believing for, that you can speak out loud over your business. I remember when I did this a few years ago, and I said I want my business at the time, House of Ilona, to be the #1 clergy brand in the world when it comes to women's clergy. And for a few days I just kept speaking it out. House of Ilona is a #1 clergy brand for women in ministry. And about 3 days into speaking out those daily declarations, I had a phone call from this company, and he said, we're the #1 supplier of men's clergy shirts in the world, and we want to speak to you. And I was like, whoa. The power of declaring and decreeing is really, really powerful. What is it that you want? And again, like we started with, reality check. What is it that you really want? And again, this is when we go back to our intentions and back to our why. Is this something that I want? Is it something that I want so I can prove to someone else that, or is this actually me? Is this really what I want? Because when you really get down to what is it that I want that's really true, authentic and genuine to me, and you put God on top of that, it's just literally a match made in heaven. So write out your prayer for your business, list out your prayer requests, and write some daily declarations. And they're called daily declarations because you're to speak them out daily. Mix it with faith. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, mix it with faith. Speak out those daily declarations. Speak them out over yourself. Speak them out over your business. Sometimes I like to see my business as a thing, almost like a living being, an organism, and I speak life into it because I'm the creator of this thing, almost like having a baby. You know, come on, you're walking, come on baby, you can do that, you can, yeah, well done. You speak life into your business. We speak those things that are not as though they are. And your business wasn't anything before you decided to set it up. You created this business and you formed it and fashioned it with your words, with your actions, with your activities. So therefore it's becoming and it's growing, and you have to keep speaking life into that business, and that business will begin to bring life and produce fruit that you can eat from and others can eat from and enjoy. Thank you so much. This has been session 6, reviewing and planning measures and mentors. Have an awesome day. Thank you.